7:41 is the Bearman and Baker filling in for the vacationing Bob and Tom.
That's right, Murray's here, too. Did you guys hear about this new, what do they call it, the rock and roll museum there?
Yeah, they're going to form like a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right?
Pioneers of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I didn't hear about this.
And they're going to induct Chuck Berry and James Brown, Ray Charles, Fats Domino, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, all these people.
Buddy Holly? They're going to have like the smashed glasses.
Elvis will be in there, too.
Elvis.
Gravy for everybody, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Tater tots.
Anyway, they're going to induct all these people into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but there is no Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah, because they haven't decided where to put it yet, right?
They haven't decided where to put it, but there are cities in the running: Chicago, Cleveland, Memphis, Nashville, or if you're from there, it's Nashville, New Orleans, New York, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and they got all these numbers that you can call to vote. And you can vote until tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the morning. Which is a really good time to cut off the vote, I think. I mean, 3 in the morning.
That's in the USA Today in the live section. So
Can we do write-ins? Can we like call in Indianapolis?
Well, I've noticed that Indianapolis is not on this list, and I got to kind of figure that Indianapolis is a rock and roll town as good as say New Orleans might be.
I think they should at least consider it.
Sure. I wonder if there's any way we could get Indy on the ballot.
I suggest that you call up and do a write-in, like say, I'd rather see Indianapolis.
Why don't we work on that this morning?
There must be somebody we can get a hold of.
There must be some way. It is 7:43.
We'll give you the number later on so you can call.
And from the certificate of deposit machine, here's Creedence Clearwater Revival on Q95. They needed to add that extra member. Jamaica Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. They'll have a big reunion and everything. Right. They all have new cars, too, which is really nice. That's kind of an added bonus. See, a lot of people think, why add a musician when you can add a car dealer?
You can add a fleet of cars.
That's right. Now, which is more important, an extra guitar on stage? No. A new car.
Speaking of important things, he said, segueing nicely into Q95 and Bud Light teaming up this year to help strike out birth defects. Like they wrote that out.
Oh, that's very nice.
Strike out birth defects with the 8th annual March of Dimes Snowball Softball Tournament. Did you ever play in one of those?
Yes, it was fun.
Yeah, up to your knees in snow trying to find
Yes, and our good friend Milt McConnell made a special brand of coffee that was out there.
Yeah?
That NASA is interested in the recipe for. They had trouble with that space shuttle fuel, and they just figured that extra punch may help.
Anyway, the Snowball Softball Tournament this year, February 8th and 9th. And anybody can enter, anybody can play. A lot of softball teams in the Indianapolis area. And if you got just a bunch of friends, you don't have like a formal team or anything,
right.
you can get your friends together and play too.
Or if you're from Scottsburg, that's February.
That's right, February. You can pick up an entry form at any participating athletic department store, or you can pick up your entry forms here at Q95, but you need to hustle because the deadline for entries is tomorrow. So you need all the information you need to know, and this, that, and everything is on the entry form itself.
There were about, I think, somewhere along the line of 500 or 600 people that played last year.
Oh, it was a mess. And, we're going to play.
It's the kind of thing where it's cold, but it's not like bitterly cold.
That's right. Well, and you play whether there's snow or not.
Yeah, and it's fun.
That's right. So Snowball Softball, it's coming soon at, in fact, Riverside Park, February 8th and 9th. The Bud Light Q95 March of Dimes Snowball Softball Tournament. So get in there, enter, and help strike out birth defects.
I've got a softball.
You got a what?
I've got a softball.
Yeah.
The other one's pretty firm, but...
Yeah, okay.
Well, I tell you, Murray is getting a little bit old. It is 7:56 at WFBQ.
It's just pain I'm in. I
Indianapolis.
My foot. I'm limping around. I'm in serious pain.
Q95.
Is this the Cash song?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I like it when they hit the siren, don't you?
Almost on time, too. What's your name?
Donna Miller.
Donna Miller?
Where are you calling from?
Preston Safeway. I'm at work.
You're at work? What do you do there?
I work in the produce department.
Ah, you're the one who washes the lettuce, huh?
Yeah.
How are the rutabagas this morning, Donna?
Oh, they're doing pretty good.
Oh, I love those. Well, I'll tell you, even though you're probably not paying very much attention to your work, you knew that this was indeed the Q Cash song. You claimed $95. What are you going to do with the money?
I don't know yet.
Buy lettuce stock, you said?
Probably not.
Oh.
Go out drinking.
Oh, good. That's an admirable profession.
Well, Donna, even when you're polishing up those apples, who plays Indiana's best rock and roll?
Q95.
In the Dream Academy, David Gilmour's project these days, a song called Life in a Northern Town, and the Bearman and Baker congratulate, what's her name, Donna Miller?
Her name is Donna Miller of Indianapolis. She was listening at her grocery store job. She was checking the bananas for ripeness, I think, when she heard the song.
She won the Q95 cash song, $95 there for identifying the Talking Heads, and as she was.
Behave yourself, Jay Baker.
She was. It is 8:06.
How you doing, Rev?
Doing all right.
We going to do Name That Tune this morning?
Well, as soon as we find out what the prizes are.
Okay.
Very good. It's more the best
Apparently
of Bob and Tom.
Our promotions director is
well, why don't we like...
under the weather.
Why don't we like call her or wake her up.
Let's call her on the air.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh, no.
I would love to.
Call her on
She's
the air.
probably, you know,
look
with
out.
some linebacker from the Colts or something.
I would imagine.
I think it would be embarrassing to call her. Yeah.
That's why we must do it.
Yes. Okay, it's 8:06. I don't want to build this up too big, but here's another big kooky wacky bit from Bob and Tom.
You're with Bob and Tom and a special guest this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley the King is with us.
Man.
Oh, boy.
I understand you were cryogenically frozen, is that correct?
That's right, man. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the king was cryogenically frozen. Me and Walt was hanging out here in the deep freeze, man, you know. You know what you're going to need is that they're going to thaw me out when they find a cure for banging my head on porcelain. You know? Yeah, but me and Walt, that's unfrozen, man. Me and Walt, we going on tour next week, man.
Is that right?
It'll be unbelievable. I'll be coming to the frozen food section of a grocery store near you.
It'll be Elvis and Disney on Ice. And we mean Disney on Ice. Walt himself.
Unbelievable, man.
Right there next to the frozen corn and peas.
Yeah, you can come by and pick up some peas, take a peek at the king.
Oh, I love it.
You know, a lot of you guys don't realize this. That some of my relatives were the first people in North America. Did you know that?
No.
That's right. You've heard of them, the Viking.
The Vikings.
You heard about my great-great-granddaddy, Elvis Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
Elvis Crockett.
Q95, get up and go. That is Asia from Astra. It's 8:15 with the Bearman and Baker vacation. Well, it's subbing for the vacationing Bob and Tom. With me in the studio is my associate, the Bearman.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Good to be seen. Still 29 degrees, a few clouds today, no rain or anything in the forecast. That's fairly good news. You know, a lot of people got up and made that phone call over the weekend for the, was it the 8th annual, I think, Cerebral Palsy Telethon? It was on Channel 13 here, you know, and they raised, supposedly, I think the pledges hit like $18,500,000.
That's what the national
Already?
figure.
That-
Very
the,
good.
The national figure already. I guess, what, a couple 100,000 of that came out of Central Indiana.
Oh, my
Which
gosh.
is really nice.
I want to thank everybody for making a pledge. It was funny because we were answering the phones.
That's right. We were down there.
At 11:30 when the telethon started, you and Jay and I and Rock and Roll Russo was down there. And they give you this little paper. They give you this little
Sorry, I
form,
missed that.
instructions on what to say when you answer the phone, you know?
Yeah.
And you were supposed to have said, Cerebral Palsy Telethon, may I take your
May I
pledge?
take your pledge, right.
And Russo's down there, you know, answering the phone. Chico's bail bonds. You know, was it Derek
passing-
Thomas was up there ordering pizzas and stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
and passing notes to the Pacers. He'd like put a little.
the Pacemates.
Oh yeah, the Pacemates were there, and he'd say, "Hey, Chicky baby, let's blow this pop stand and go cut a rug down at the Razzmatazz."
Yeah, no, you got to say, hey, Chicky baby.
Chicky baby, boy, it was killing me, but it was funny. I think Kim Hood did a great job. Bob
Kim Hood
Greger
did a great job.
and
She had nice shoes.
and everyone liked Kim's shoes. They kept playing
Yeah.
with her shoes.
Unfortunately, they kept cutting back to Henry Winkler, though. I think that was that was too bad.
To me, though, the real
Did you see him? He's standing there going, $4 million. That's not enough.
Yeah.
This is like, you know, he's doing, you know, remember Jerry Lewis, you know? He was on like 12 Percodans a day and 4 liters of Coke. He's trying the other side, the Quaalude side.
yeah.
This is not
But I think though
enough
some of the
money.
other people now John Ritter does a really
I
good
love
job on
him.
that. But of course, you know,
Mega talent.
Yeah, who does a very good job is Florence Henderson.
Oh, Flo
Oh.
was there? I happened to miss the Flo segment.
yeah, and of
myself.
course
Did she bring
the-
her oil with her?
Yes, and the fabulously talented Wayne Newton, who somebody named a cookie after him, which I think is very nice.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if you called up and said, I will give $5,000 if Florence will get in a Wesson Oil wrestling match
If
with,
what-
say, a Victoria Principal.
Yeah, if you could get Florence Henderson in an oiled-up three-way nude twister match with Victoria Principal, I would definitely.
That's got my pledge. Now the hard part comes in.
Yeah.
See, now you got to sign the checks and send them in.
That's right. So for those good folks who did plunge their money,
That's right.
when they
Gonna
send
be
the
a big
forms to your
shot.
That's why I
mailbox.
looked for those envelopes because we were filling them out as we went. And, of course, sometimes it was really hard to, like, read our handwriting.
That's
So
right.
The Postal Service will probably have fun with Russo's envelopes, you know, but they'll be arriving in the mail.
Go ahead and send them in.
And
Just
of
a
course,
few days.
yeah, it goes for a very good cause. So
Yes.
for those who watched the telethon and helped out, I'd like to thank them a lot. And we were down there. It's 8:18 with the Bearman and Baker filling in
you
for
were
Bob and
there.
Tom, and we were all there. And here's ELO. They were there, too,
You're not all here,
on Q95.
Jay Baker, you.
Q95, a song about Bearman's girlfriend. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's one woman you can't dress up because she's usually...
Did you see this headline in the paper? South Yemen leader overthrown.
Oh.
Yemen. Yemen leader overthrown. Did you see that?
Amen.
Where was
Yeah.
he overthrown? Like over a barrel or something like that?
Two out of 3 falls. Great Wojo. Finished him with a
Did he use
finished him with an over-the-shoulder suplex.
Did he use the cardiac punch on him?
You know something? I want to mention this to you. I didn't talk to you. I didn't clear this with the Bearman, but I would like to. Did you happen to watch Championship Wrestling yesterday?
You know, I did.
Did you see what they had on? They had a May 10th show or May 16th show, and they were promoting the fact that Bob and Tom were going to be at the wrestling match, and then I was going to take on the Wojo. I don't know why they did it, but they just did it. I turned on the radio, and there he goes, well, how do you feel about the Reverend... Well, I think you had too many... I'm going, huh?
I'm doing what with whom?
Seems to me I did that about 6 months ago, and I just started to heal.
That's right. The brace just came off.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that back brace just came up. You know, South
They were
Yemen,
talking about that.
South Yemen is so nice this time of year.
Yes, it is.
That's under Knightstown, isn't it?
I think it is.
right.
The
You know, but the problem is, if you take a body slam onto that hot sand,
Yeah.
you know, that sand really doesn't give very much. You can do some serious internal injuries.
That's really true.
So you have to be careful of that when you're in Yemen.
Hey, you know, speaking of Pacemates and Pacers and all that other good stuff, weren't you going to tell us something about the Pacers that you knew
Well,
that
it's
we
like-
didn't know that you were going to share with us?
Well, I
We're gonna have
imagine
to
by
pull-
now
It's like pulling teeth.
there are a lot of people who know about this, but there
Yeah.
might be some who might not know about
Well-
the high school cheerleading competition.
Oh, I don't know about this.
That's the kind of thing that Baker likes to go to, you know.
Oh, yes, yes.
Do you know about this?
What
Jim?
are those little things underneath their dresses? Now, those aren't really like, what are they? I mean,
The
there's a name for
preliminary,
those.
the preliminary,
Mixmasters.
the preliminary the preliminary competition, he said, takes place this Saturday.
You know,
at the,
I think-
at the Greenwood Park Mall.
Oh,
Okay.
I would hate to be overcritical, but I think you said too much.
And of course, Q95 has to send somebody
That's right.
to this event, and the person I chose, which I'm thinking now could be a really classic mistake, is Rock and Roll Russo.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
To go out there and host the high school cheerleading competition
Russo's the only guy that has like a mail bin with a can of starting fluid in
at
it.
the Greenwood
Can of half-eaten spinach.
Greenwood Park
Or should I
Mall.
say spinach?
This Saturday is when they're going to have these cheerleaders out there jumping and dancing around.
Oh, yeah.
And then the finals will be the 2nd at the Pacers Bulls game, and Bob and Tom will be there for that.
Yes.
So they've done this 2 years now. This is the 3rd year where all these high school cheerleaders get together and do
Now,
do
wait a minute. You
do
see the
their cheers.
Pacers are going to be playing some Bulls?
That's right.
Okay. Well, maybe
Okay.
they'll beat them because, you know,
All right.
Bulls don't have any hands.
They don't have opposable thumbs,
That's right.
so they can't hold on to the ball.
So they'll probably win by what, 20, 30 points?
Oh,
Yeah.
we've got it in the bag.
Yes, they have no opposing digit. It's 8:26
Speaking
and here's
about in
news
the
from the
bag.
source.
Happy birthday, Martin Luther King Jr.
Stevie Wonder sings for a hero. Good morning, I'm Bob Madigan from The Source.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All over America today, marches and rallies are set to observe the first national holiday honoring assassinated civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. One of those very responsible for the holiday is Stevie Wonder, who gave up 2 years of performing to lobby for the law, and he says it was worth it.
He lifted all people of all colors and cultures up in this country. Not just black people celebrate this day, but everyone celebrates it because he was for everybody. Everybody. Everybody.
Said Martin had the key. Martin had the key. Your love was the key.
Not everyone supports the idea of a national holiday. Minnesota Republican Congressman Alan Stanglin voted against it and still feels that way.
The cost to the government of shutting down all the government offices for a day, for a federal holiday, is exorbitant, and I think it could be a national holiday on a Sunday, yeah.
In Buffalo, New York last night, vandals struck a bust of Dr. King, painting it white. City Park officials pledged to have the paint removed in time for today's observances. In some states, this is a shared holiday, such as Alabama, Arkansas, and Virginia, where it is also Robert E. Lee Day, the Civil War Confederate general. Some 500 residents of Huntingtonburg, Indiana, are returning to their homes this morning after being forced out by ammonia gas fumes that drifted through town because of an explosion and fire at a turkey processing plant. Bruce Springsteen wasn't horsing around at the Stone Pony nightclub last night. He showed up to lend his voice and support to a fundraiser for the workers at the Freehold, New Jersey 3M plant, which is set to close this spring. While it was a surprise performance last night, the people were not surprised because Springsteen has always been there for the people in his hometown. And that's news. I'm Bob Madigan from The Source.
If you're really into off-road racing, listen up.
Commercial's over now, Bearman.
It is 29 degrees still. It'll be a cloudy day today. There is no like rain or snow in the forecast or anything, but I wouldn't hope to see a whole lot of sun today. High around 40 degrees. 29 right now at 8:31 today. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday is the national holiday for his birthday. And in Indianapolis, we got... Stop it. Oh, my God. Stop that.
I'm just getting ready for Name That Tune.
I bet you are. We got the traditional King celebration. This is serious. Stop that now. For instance, you got St. John's Missionary Baptist Church will have an observance today. And at that service, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drum Major Awards will be presented, believe it or not. Stop that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I better turn this. Stop that stick.
Various and sundry speeches and things like that in Indianapolis today. The Children's Museum plans a series of King birthday events from noon until 4. And the Indiana Pacers Detroit Pistons game is the 3rd annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. commemorative game in Market Square Arena. Indianapolis, Marion County offices are closed today. The courts are closed. There's not really any trash pickup today. Federal offices are closed. No postal deliveries or anything like that. The schools are closed. Indiana state offices are open. And they'd like you to know that the city parking meters will be enforced today.
Oh, no.
Even on the observance of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Hey, listen, I think you should be allowed to park illegally on Dr. King's birthday. That's just my feelings.
Well, you've got to have your opinions, Jay.
That's my opinion. You're welcome to it. And here's Fleetwood Mac on Q95. Q95, that is Fleetwood Mac. It is 8:36 with the Bearman and Baker in for the vacationing Bob and Tom.
Yeah, those scumbags out somewhere on some cruise ship somewhere.
Apparently
got
they're
their feet propped up.
They're having a good time. They're
sipping
probably
them Mai Tais.
Yeah, they have like a little tone that wakes you up for breakfast, and then you have like a morning tea about 10 a.m. Then you have lunch, and then later you can have like hot dogs poolside, and then you have dinner, and then later you have like a snack, and then at midnight you have the midnight buffet.
Yeah.
Which is not to be confused with Jimmy Buffett.
And of course, knowing Bob and Tom, they probably have a limo come get them and take them to all these functions.
Is there a party at your place tonight, Jay?
Apparently, Bob.
I'm sorry, I just came in.
Bob won't go anywhere on the boat unless you have a golf cart take him.
Yeah, that's right.
The limousine.
Not many people realize that Bob's feet have not touched solid ground for the last 7 months.
Another thing, too, Bearman, call me kooky if you will, but
hey, kooky.
Apparently the cruise line had to pay Bob an appearance fee just to show up. I mean, he had to pay for the cruise. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, look,
the cruise?
He paid for the cruise.
$1,500.
But Jay, didn't you hear it's a trade-off?
Yeah.
He's going to do some stand-up comedy on the show, on the boat over.
That's right.
Yeah, he'll get up there and do his 30 seconds, and that kind of pays for everything.
That's right. And
because it's 30 seconds of the funniest jokes you've ever heard in your life.
Well,
so anyway,
but they took separate boats,
Oh, no.
I told Bob to sit on the back of the boat because it's dangerous, in case the boat crashes.
Yeah.
So, Reverend.
In case the boat crashes, jump up right at the last
who?
Reverend.
Yes.
What?
I had a chance to freebase with Ricky Nelson, and I passed it.
Reverend. Are we going to play Name That Tune?
Yes, we are in a minute.
We're going to play it in a minute? You want to do it now?
No, let's do it in a couple minutes.
Did we get our prize package from our illustrious promotions?
Or as we like to say, a prize package.
Yeah, she came in palm sweating.
Yeah.
Apparently she was at some guy's house. She was being ravished by someone.
Oh, man, look at these prizes.
She was over at House of Pancakes.
Right.
International House of Pancakes.
Yeah, having their pork fritters and
oh, geez.
bacon and eggs.
We'll get to Name That Tune in just a moment.
Sure we will.
Are we going to hear from our guest right now? We do have a special segment of A Few Minutes with Fernando, if you'd like to hear it now, or we can hear it in a few minutes.
Let's hear it now.
Okay, there's A Few Minutes with Fernando.
Well, good morning, and welcome once again to A Few Minutes with Fernando. This is your host, Fernando Lamas, and I feel just marvelous this morning.
Look
and
marvelous.
I know sitting here that you look and feel marvelous too.
Thank you.
I have a big guest with me, a very big talent, and when I say big, I know you know I mean it. I'd like to introduce to you now Mr. Orson Welles. Orson, I want to thank you for coming and doing my show today. Oh, for crying out loud. Orson, don't do that.
Good morning, Fernando.
You really look bad, Orson. I want to tell you that, but I do want to say I think it's just marvelous that you picked my show to finally air some of your views in an interview. And please, Orson, please.
Well,
that's not marvelous.
As I've often said, Fernando, I will do no interview before it's time.
I've heard you say that, Orson. I really have. And I just want to ask you a few questions about your illustrious career. Oh, please, Orson, there's not enough there's not enough air in this little studio. I really wish you wouldn't do that. There are some questions I'd like to ask you about, for instance, that great movie you made, Citizen Kane. Now, I understand that you were 24.
Excuse me, Fernando.
What do you want?
You wouldn't happen to have another of those bottles of Cabernet Sauvignon?
I don't have any Cabernet Sauvignon.
I could really use them.
Yeah, you could use a right now like I could use a hole in the head, buddy. Listen, I want to ask you these questions. You got to get this interview done with. We've only got a few minutes.
You have another bottle of that wine around here, don't you?
No, Orson,
I
please.
knew you were holding out on me.
Get your hands off me.
I'll find it myself.
Orson, look out. You're not... Look... Orson, please. Oh, for crying out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, this is really disgusting. I'm terribly sorry. I had no idea that this was going to happen. This is your host, Fernando Lamas, reminding you that it's better to look marvelous than to feel marvelous. Orson, get up.
Thank you so much, Fernando.
Oh, yeah.
I hear she's found somebody new. Oh, there she is. Let's ask her.
The smashed Buddy Holly glasses. I was waiting for that, too.
Bob and Tom are on vacation. Bob and Tom are on vacation. Bob and Tom are on vacation. That's good enough for me. Oh, they left us with the Bearman. Oh, they left us with the Bearman. Oh, they left us with the Bearman. That's good enough for me.
Thank you very much.
N.J. Baker is here too. N.J. Baker is here too. N.J. Baker is here too. That's, well, sort of less than satisfactory, but...
Oh, sure. I don't mind taking a little abuse.
That's all right, Jay. Just
This is a very well-planned comedy radio
Don't mention
program.
Let's see, apartment 3B.
Buddies, that sounds like one heck of a...
It's more than just a shaving cream.
Rip the razor across your face.
Rub your face on the concrete.
Should be a cloudy one today. No rain or snow in the forecast, thank goodness, with the high today about 40. Right now it is still, count them, 29 degrees in Indianapolis. The time, 9:24.
Now, what was that you were just reading in the newspaper?
Yeah, a newly edited version of the 1931 horror classic Frankenstein, which incorporates some lost footage. That's some scenes that were cut from the earlier movie. Apparently, this one's even scarier than the one that is currently haunting late-night television. The footage, considered too shocking for the 30s, is being restored possibly for pay TV or video cassette. Now, these are some of the missing
Jay,
scenes.
what sort of scenes are missing?
Among the missing scenes, monster Boris Karloff throwing a little girl into a lake.
Karloff.
Is that Karloff?
Boris Karloff.
Boris's cousin, all right?
Okay. A view of a hypodermic needle being injected into the monster.
Right.
And a torch shoved into the creature's face.
Yeah, that's, that was pretty nasty for the
Now,
30s.
apparently there's...
USA Today did another exhaustive 34-word article on it.
Apparently, you said you found some... There are some other
Those
scenes that are still
not
missing.
the only scenes that are still missing.
Do tell, there are more.
Well, there's a scene of the monster going into a adult bookstore over on Shadeland Avenue.
34th and Shadeland.
They had to cut that out.
Yeah, that had to be cut out.
They had to cut out the scene where the monster makes illegal phone calls using a blue box.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't let anybody see that.
Don't they have the monster in the tutu?
Yeah, no, that's Tom.
That's the other
That's
monster.
the other monster.
Yeah, okay.
No, they
And,
this is one where the monster goes into 7-Eleven, tries to hold it up.
Yeah.
He's got a ski mask on, but he can't get it down over the bolt on his neck.
You have to hate that. How about the monster in a Mr. Donut impersonating a police officer?
That's true.
Yeah, that's one of the scenes.
And all of a sudden a call comes through and the monster gets up and goes, I'll take it.
The monster...
And crime runs rampant through the streets of the city.
And, of course, the monster in therapy.
That's true. He throws his therapist out of a 9-story window.
He's a bit upset, because he is a woman trapped inside a man's monster body.
Actually, a woman surgically implanted inside a man's monster body. It's got a big problem.
Yeah, the monster using silicone. I guess that's what the injection is for.
Well, let me go back and look at these films and see if I can find any more great outtakes.
It's 9:27, and here's John Cougar Mellencamp on Q95. That's me playing guitar,
You don't get no better than that, huh? Yeah,
it's 9:35 with the Bearman and Baker filling in for the vacationing Bob and Tom.
Should be a cloudy one today, high around 40, no rain or snow or anything like that in the forecast for the next couple of days. 29 degrees. What are you doing?
I'm just getting warmed up. We're going to have Helium Hollywood here in just a little bit. So
do tell.
Yes, you please just go ahead with your business. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but then we'll be ready in just a moment.
Q95 WTTV Channel 4. Welcome to the CarQuest 500 World of Wheels back to the Convention Center, February 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's where they got all those hundreds and hundreds of custom cars and trucks.
Did I serve beer there?
motorcycles and all that kind of stuff. If it's got chrome on it, it's to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I understand.
That's where all those guys hang out with all their stuff, and then their good-looking girlfriends are down there, too.
Well, if you try and pick up their good-looking girlfriends, they'll flatten the top of your head.
They mash you with a tire iron. That's right. Tickets for the CarQuest 500 World of Wheels available at the Convention Center door as you go in, or you can save $1 a ticket if you get them in advance at any participating Central Indiana CarQuest store.
If you sneak in, it won't cost you anything.
Hence the CarQuest 500 World of Wheels. That's right, at the Convention Center, February 7th, 8th, and 9th from WTTV.
Don't miss it.
Channel 4 at Q95. Don't miss it if you can.
A couple guests in our studio. Two of the three quarterbacks for the Indianapolis Colts. Steve Ray is here along with Mike Pagel. Mike, I always wanted to ask you something. Being an NFL quarterback and stuff, they say that you can tell something about a man's love-making ability by the sport he plays. Would you say that's true?
I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
Ask Steve, he would know.
Yeah? Well, Bob plays a lot of miniature golf.
And Tom plays handball.
Hi, this is McLean Stevenson. I have a great agent.
Still 29 degrees in Indianapolis. Should be cloudy today. High temperature somewhere around 40 degrees. We are swiftly approaching time for that fabulous sports show, Dick's Picks. But now, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Baker with Helium Hollywood.
Hi, I'm Jay Baker. It's time for Helium Hollywood. I shouldn't have eaten that last donut. I know that now it's too late to do anything about it. Tonight, on ABC television, The Prince of Bel-Air. Don't miss it. Prophet Prince offers his personal and professional services to a select clientele. And wherever he goes, he leaves the cleanest pools and the happiest customers in town. Starring Mark Harmon as the pool cleaner. Can you believe they actually have a show about a pool cleaner? That's tonight. Don't miss it. Waste your time.
Well, they've had shows about everything else. They're fixing to run out of ideas.
Oh, you got 2 hours to waste. Blow it tonight watching the pool cleaner story. Olivia Newton-John. I guess it's worth you leave here.
Yeah.
Olivia Fig Newton-John still has her hyphen. She's 37. She gave birth Friday.
How can she still have her hyphen and give birth?
It's Olivia Newton-John, you two. She gave birth Friday to her first rugrat.
Yeah.
A 6-pound, 8-ounce daughter named Chloe.
Yeah.
After her some kind of perfume she wears.
Yeah.
Husband Matt Latanzi. We're talking your basic Italian male. That means he's a proud Italian papa. Yep, 27. You can't get any oxygen with this stuff. Somebody could get killed. He was at her side at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles.
Does that thing, shut off? We can, barely understand you.
I'm having trouble. I can't. We've lost Skylab. Disconnect.
What else you got?
But the judge approved a $2 million sale last week of Rock Hudson's New York apartment.
He did he?
The first liquidation of the late actor's real estate.
Yes. Okay.
Just don't use the towels. I wonder if he left any towels. I was going to read another story, but we're down to 12 PSI. Here's Genesis. I'm Jay Baker. This is Helium Hollywood on Q95.
Q9. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't turn you on, dead man.
Excuse me?
Turn me on, baby.
Yeah, Q9, that's Mr. Carrier from Welcome to the World.
Oh, sure. It's confusing for me, too,
It is 9:51. Still 20. It's been 29 degrees all morning. Obviously, they forgot to take a reading and lately, and there should be a cloudy day, high around 40 or give or take. But
Who did this?
No rain now. Of course, today.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Observing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. It's a new federal holiday.
Number of schools are out today, aren't they?
Yeah, the federal office is closed, state office is open, and most of the public schools are closed. A couple schools are open, but most of them are closed. So drivers, if you see them in the crosswalks, you know what to do. And the public libraries are open today, kids. So listen, don't be dropping $20, $30 at the arcade. Go to the library. Remember, a mind is a terrible thing. So see if you can't make it better today, okay?
Of course, those little curtain climbers in Speedway have to go to school now, don't they?
Yes, they do. You're going to be out at Bentley's tonight?
I'm going to be. It's a rock and roll nightclub. It's called Bentley's. It's at 34th and High School Road. And with us, believe it or not, in the studio to talk about Q95 night tonight at Bentley's at 711 East Thompson Road is the one, the only. You know him, you love him, Floyd Lawson.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Well, I'm so good, Floyd. Are you going to be at Bentley's tonight?
Oh, I just love to go to Bentley's. You know, they have a nice place for me to sit there.
Yeah, they have a nice little, they have a barber shop in the
They
same.
all like people that have such nice hair.
Yeah, the waitresses have really nice hair.
Yeah, I kind of like to do a body perm on that one girl, Sherry, but other than that, it's just pretty hair.
Yeah, you know, you know who the band is tonight? It's Stutz. That's one of your favorites, isn't it?
Oh, those guys, they're crazy.
Didn't you used to sing in the band Stutz?
They used to come and just sit around the barber shop, you know.
Just hanging around, yeah.
Maybe they're there.
Mike Pipe's there with the old Field and Stream, just sitting around there enjoying things.
Oh, yeah, all that. Yeah, Howard Sprague could come in and run them out.
Now, where is Bentley's, by the way?
He didn't like that, man.
Floyd, do you know where it is?
It's on the south side, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 711 East Thompson Road. That's on the south side, Floyd.
Is that near Mount Pilot?
No, this is Indianapolis.
I was going to stop in to see Barney.
Yeah, well, Barney...
Yeah, he's up in Pilot now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're thinking about kicking him upstairs into Raleigh, you know. I don't think it'll happen, though, not with all the graft that's on his record. Yeah, Barney was a slipper.
Do you think he ever scored with Thelma Lou? I still wonder about that to this day.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, it is Bentley's, and you'll want to go there. It's tonight, Q95 night. The doors open at, I think, around 8 o'clock, and Jay Baker, that's me, your lovable Q95 DJ type of guy, will be there. And I'll be riding down in the fabulous Indie Connection limousine. Will you be riding with me, Floyd?
Oh, I hope so. Can I do your hair on the way down?
Please do.
I've got some bay rum in my bag here.
Very good. We'll be back in a moment with Dick's Picks.
This week in living rooms across America, men like Fred Finster are getting ready for an annual ritual.
Hello?
Turn on his mic, you idiot.
What am I doing here?
It is 9:57.
I'm not an engineer.
Yeah, we noticed that, Hadji.
I guess that doesn't make a difference here, though.
It's like start. You don't have to be an engineer to be Hadji. You're supposed to go. I'm not an engineer. I'm a human. Damn it.
I'm not an engineer. I'm a human. Damn it.
What are you opening over there, Hadji?
I'm getting Mr. Nixon's Valentine beer.
Okay, fine. It is 9:58, ladies and gentlemen. The Bearman and Baker in for Bob and Tom this morning, and it is time now for that fabulous sports show. You know what? You love it.
Well, apparently...
What happened to Pardo?
Well, Pardo was hitting the Valentine straight away. The band lost their place.
Good thing I had enough for you.
Yeah, and...
with him back there.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with me now, former President Richard Nixon. It's Dick's Picks.
Well, we'd like to say thank you, Don Pardo, but the man apparently unable to hold his booze.
You have to say it anyway.
Yes, well, thank you, Don Pardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Don. But they're not here today, Hadji. Good morning to you, Bearman.
Thank you, Mr.
And good morning to you, my fine feathered friend, Hadji.
Good morning, Mr. Nixon.
You know, the nice thing about Bob and Tom not being here is we can do anything that we want. Absolutely anything. That's why we're going to be doing a kind of free-for-all, incredible show today.
You're not going to have a free-for-all at my expense.
Well, we're going to have like a live sex show and
Excuse me.
Burlesque.
Isn't that pretty much what you guys do anyway?
Pretty much so. You know, we'd interview Steve Grogan today, but apparently we don't have his home phone number, do we, Hadji?
No, we don't.
Yeah, we called directory information, and they just didn't have it.
Just wouldn't give it out. Is this a sponsored sports show?
Apparently it is sponsored by those wonderful people down at the Sports Bar and Grill. Yes, it's in the 200 block of South Meridian. You know, we're supposed to have the sports theme music here, but...
What is that, Mr. Nixon?
Well, the sports theme music?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want me to find it? Hadji, why don't you tell them about the fabulous sports bar?
Why don't you tell them and I'll sing it?
Okay, you go ahead and sing it then. It's in the 200 block of South Meridian. Me and Hadji go there all the time. And it's owned by Eric Eichholz, voted by Indianapolis Magazine one of the guys to watch in 1986. Of course, one of the guys to watch is released to all police departments in central Indiana. That's the Sports Bar Grill, 200 block of South Meridian. Okay, fellas.
You can go get drunk and pulverize on your face. Hooky spooks.
So, Dick, Monday, what is that, what do you usually do?
Well, you know, Monday is usually sports wrap-up day.
Is it this way you take it on the chin for your incredibly lousy picks?
Well, there weren't any big picks. You know, there weren't any big games over the weekend.
What, you didn't pick the Purdue-Wisconsin game there, Dick?
Well, we don't give a damn about Purdue, Bearman. I know you do. It's the kind of thing that you care a great deal about. And I just want to let you know that, well, I guess we do have kind of a sports-related item here when we look at the USA Today Top 25. These are the top 25 basketball teams.
Yeah.
We see Purdue rated number 16.
That's right. Now, where's Indiana rated?
Indiana is rated number 19.
That's right.
Now, these two closely matched teams
Closely matched.
will be going up against each other, I believe, Thursday evening.
I think that's right.
And we'll be talking to Coach Bob Knight before that occurs.
Sure,
And-
don't talk to Coach Keating.
And here, well, Coach Keating can't speak English. We would love to.
We can't translate.
No, we can't translate. We can't translate from the Bulgarian, okay?
So I see you've got a whole lot of sports preparation.
Well, we
time
have a
involved
picture
on
here
the
of,
show, right?
John Hanna, who plays. He plays for the
football. Dick.
He's the Patriots guard.
That's right.
His likes are steak and potatoes. He loves his black Porsche 928S. He loves golf, camping, lifting weights, helping young people, and throwing young girls into lakes just like Boris Karloff.
That's Karloff.
Karloff, yeah. Same thing, only different. He's been married 14 years to 8 different women, it says here. No, 14 years to one woman. He's got a couple kids. His brother Charlie is an offensive tackle for the LA Raiders.
Yeah, this is going nowhere fast, isn't it?
I've got something to go where fast. Mr. Nixon.
You know, Hadji, I knew that you would try and go against me today. You were working all weekend in the garage. What were you building in there?
I'm rebuilding Mega Hadji.
So
Come in here, Mega Hadji.
Thank you very much, Tom Pardo. Good morning, Bearman. Good morning to you, my wonderful and brilliant Master Hadji.
Good morning.
And good morning to you, you dirty, stinking, sneaking snake in the grass, Richard Nixon.
Good morning.
That's very nice, Hadji.
I have a new surprise for you
Yes, I
today.
have a few surprises for Mega Hadji also.
I put in a new stun ray.
You did?
And Mega Hadji is not very
Mr.
happy.
Nixon, you have made Mega Hadji very, very angry. I am going to have to hit you with my stun ray, Mr. Nixon.
Go ahead, do it, Mega Hadji.
That particular.
How did you like that? You crummy, creepy, stinking snake, Mr. Nixon.
Now listen here, Mr. Mega Hadji.
Don't you try and hit me, don't you? That stun ray is
He got me right in the face with the stun ray. Quick, get me a towel.
This, Mr. Nixon.
No! Oh. That stun ray got me right in the face. Get me a towel. Help me wipe it off.
Very good, Mega Hadji.
Does he still have the force field?
No, he doesn't.
Well, then maybe you better find the wrench over there.
He doesn't need one.
Why don't you find the wrench?
Try this on for a size, Mr. Nixon.
You know, that's...
I'm bringing you to your knees, Nixon.
You know, I am on my knees. I'm feeling weak each time the stun ray hits me. It takes more and more life out of me. I'm almost finished.
Jeez, Hadji, I think a couple of more times.
Haven't had enough, eh? Well, how about this, Mr. Nixon?
I won't be...
Hadji, he's almost down flat on the floor.
I won't be able to continue my show anymore.
That's good. This is going to be the Hadji show. Hadji's picks now. You're through.
Well, why don't you take it away, Hadji? I'm feeling weak. I feel I need to call BB Rebozo.
This, Mr. Nixon.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Well, now, what we usually say at this point, oh, it's Hadji Day. I can do whatever I want. I'd kind of like to talk about, I don't know, Frank Lesser.
Who is Frank Lesser, Hadji?
You know, him and Frederick Lowe did all those musicals. Like,
those are wonderful.
My Fair Lady and things like that.
Isn't he dead yet?
No, well, maybe he is. I don't know. No, I think he's still alive.
Who gives a damn about those stupid musicals?
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Mega Hadji.
Goodbye.
Get out of here.
Well, it looks like Mega Hadji.
He took off.
Pretty much done the trick.
He's got to go recharge his stun ray.
I've never seen Dick Nixon unable to respond.
I'm not feeling very good.
This is the end of you, Mr. Nixon.
Yeah, well, tomorrow, now we have a very special interview with Bears quarterback Jim McMahon. We're going to be actually interviewing Jim McMahon.
You don't know Jim McMahon.
I know Jim McMahon personally. It was he and I were in a celebrity golf tournament back in '78 with Bob Hope.
Jim McMahon was in junior high school in '78.
Well, okay, so he's my caddy, but I'll tell you what, we do have a special. Would you quit giving me those looks, fellas? We have a special interview with Jim McMahon. Just trust me. Tomorrow morning, same time, same place, same channel. Will Dick and Hadji be able to get out of this one? Holy bat breath.
Hit him with this stun ray again.
Oh.
Hey, that's starting to splash up on me.
I'm telling you That is the
I can't help
wettest.
it.
That is the wettest stun ray I've ever seen. Now this is the point where I don't want to tell you what to do, Bearman.
Well, now,
but
listen,
you're supposed
Dick,
to go.
we're running out of time here.
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
we? Aren't we running a little short of time?
Why don't you introduce that first artist?
to go, Mr.
Couldn't
Nixon.
you, now let's cut this one short. Could you please introduce that first hit for us, Dick?
Sure.
You got the strength to do it?
I'm trying. I'm mustering the strength.
Okay, muster it up. Here we go.
Oh my God!
It sort of takes it right out of you.
Boy,
doesn't
I'm
it?
telling you.
Finish you once and for all, Mr. Nixon.
Listen, Mr. Nixon, could you please introduce that first mega smash?
Sure. Who is it?
It's the Beatles.
This is WFBQ Indianapolis. With an artist so large they named some type of insect subspecies after him. Here's the Beatles on Q95.
From Mega Hadji.